Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. This week's been a strange week. I've been off work and with my dad having to go into a home, I've been sort of emptying his flat out, going through some of his possessions, and it's absolutely amazing some of the stuff, because my dad was not just into modelling, he's into radios and organs, all kinds of different things. I found some really interesting bits and pieces. I'm going to put a little bit in the beginning of part 2. I'm going to call it Ed's Engines, and I'm going to show 3 or 4 engines each week. Believe me, there's a lot of engines. I'll start off with all the boxed ones and go from there. There's a few names come in for the draw this week. Once again, if you haven't entered, all you've got to do is send me an email. That's my email up there, and all I need is your name, your full name, like John Mills, not just John. Your name goes into the bucket, it's drawn out, you win the prize. The name's staying as long as I'm doing this. Right, tonight's nightcap, as I mentioned, we're going to have a little section called Ed's Engines. I got a little bit more done on that Webley air pistol. Got that sort of half put back together. Do a prop shaft flange repair for a friend. I have a look at a selector fork of a steam traction engine I'm going to have to repair. And I do a little bit of repair work for my friend Mick, who's busy restoring a Land Rover. I make some jack and punch for his back cross member. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's get on with it. I hope you enjoy the videos. This is a prop shaft flange of an old dumper truck. That's the seal. You're supposed to seal it, and that's all there is left of the leather seal. That fits around there. And that little lip there goes inside of there to stop big bits going in, but there's absolutely nothing at all left in the seal. Now what the lad is able to get is a new leather seal which will fit into the gearbox, but it's too big to fit that. It goes on that way. The lip always goes towards the oil, so this is the oil side here. That part there which keeps the muck out of the seal wheel, I'm going to take that off because that's obviously a different size. Then I'm going to machine a bush to fit on here. It's going to be a nice fit in that oil seal. I'll take that off first. I may run this up in the lathe and just skim that, depends what's underneath here, and then turn the bush to suit. I've taken that little tin shim off there, and when I measure this, it's actually got 0.3 of a mil difference between that size and that size. So I'm opening a 4-jaw chuck and just take a skim off this to make that the same diameter, and then turn the sleeve to be a nice fit on there. Right, I've got it mounted in the 4-jaw chuck and I've got it running within the fuel cell, so it's not looking too bad. I spent quite a bit of time getting it to run that good. Yeah, I'm going to settle for that. Before I start to machine this, I want to make sure I've got plenty of clearance between these chuck jaws and the tool post. It makes an awful noise. Right, there is plenty of clearance there. All I want to do is make sure this is parallel all the way up. Maybe an old machine, but that's a bit of decent steel. That's a bit, it's warm where the oil seal's been running. This is the unworn bit where the steel dust shield was. Doesn't matter what size I make it, I've got to bore the hole to suit. Right, we'll settle that. That's nice. I've actually managed to find a piece of my scrap bin. The hole's not too big, and there's going to be enough material on to bore out to fit into that seal. So we'll definitely get one out of that. Make sure we'll leave enough to be able to part it off. It's out of the chuck far enough so I can put a boring tool all the way through there without having to worry about hitting the chuck. I'm going to do the bore first. The bore's the important part. You do the most awkward bit first because it practice machining all the outside of it and then boring that out and boring it too big. So we'll set a boring bar up and do that bit first. Right, I've got 6mm to take out of here. I'm not going to go all the way through it, just enough to get the length of the butt I need. Fortunately I've lost a little bit of tape, I forgot to press start, but we've got that now, so it's going to be a good fit. That's actually warm. When it cools off it'll shrink under there quite nicely. A little bit of Loctite and that'll do for that. Now the outside diameter for the oil seal. It's probably an Imperial seal. It wants to be a decent fit so it swells that seal out, but that's too much. Still a little bit tight. Right, that's good. It's nice, gripping nice, but not too tight. That'll be fine. Part it up to length now, and then get the two together. Just use the end of the job to square Just make sure you've got plenty of clearance before you press the dreaded button. You take that rag off the inside where we're partnering it off. It's nice using this Peugeot chuck because you put things in and they run relatively true. I'm going to put a little bit of bearing fit on because it isn't as good a fit as I would have liked, but it's certainly not going to give any problems. Hey, that's just the donkey's knob, very happy. So that's the bush on there. You can see when it goes into the oil seal how it swells the seal quite nicely. It's got a good grip, that will not leak. I've got a little job to do here for my sister-in-law. It's a handle off a drawer and she's managed to snap one of the little retaining screws into there. It looks like it's got an insert in already. It's a 4mm thread. If you can see that. It looks like a brass insert with some threads in it. I'm going to have a go straight away. I'm going to try a left hand drill, see if I can pull it out. If it's bottomed out in the hole, it won't. If it's not bottomed out, it should come straight out. We'll give it a whirl with a left hand drill. These often work surprisingly well. That's not going to. No. Right, so the next thing is, that's obviously bottomed out. It'll be a milling cutter down through there. And then probably make a bigger down to bolt to hold it. You can't get a one, it's the way it is. Right, this is its last chance, or its only chance really. Sort of eyeballing this in the centre. What's coming out of the hole is actually steel, it's not aluminium, so it's looking good. Bastard, it was looking good, that happened. I think we may have enough out of there to get a thread in it now. Yeah, it's been bottomed out in the hole, that. I'm going to settle for that. That's a 4mm cutter, so I'm sure to get a 5mm thread in there, and then we can put a slightly bigger screw in. I certainly haven't got a helicoil that small. What I'll do, I'll screw a stud in here, Loctite it in, and then give her a nut and a washer to go on the back of the door. That little junior hacksaw frame, I actually made that at school. Must be 50 years ago now, and I've still got it. Right. And a nut and a washer on there, and she'll be able to sort it out. Spot on.